Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo! Oh, it's the realest on the radio, the party bro living in the audio, making everybody go. Yo! Welcome back to the show. It's Friday here on Beef Vegan Presents, live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
Good morning, Austin.
Good morning.
Good morning, Austin Powers. It's an
yeah,
Austin.
baby.
Still raspy today. Still dealing with that little bug that I have in my throat.
Did he tell you he was sick and you just came in, huh? Did he tell you he didn't tell me?
He didn't tell me at all. No.
Yeah. I'm like, get in this broom closet with me, Austin. You deserve all the germs.
He's like, tomorrow's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm still, now I told him I'm blaming Cat because I might have a tickle in my throat too. And I'm like, uh-oh.
It might not be Cat. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if it was Cat. I don't know if it was me going into a Spirit Halloween store.
Oh, could be that.
Yeah, man. Lots of germs there.
And people touch and try everything on.
Yeah, and I actually was starting to feel instantly sick when I walked into that place. So it's day 2 on that. But I am good. I could smell, I could taste. I took a COVID test. You know, they got them over the counter now. They're like $25 over at drugstores, and there's 2. So, you know, it's a racket. But I took them. I'm like, okay, negative, good to go. Let's continue to do this. But when I'm feeling, when men get sick, it takes a toll. You know, we kind of get like run down and we're kind of babies about it. And when I get sick in particular, like I don't want to, the way that I overcome these things, even the smallest of colds, is rest, right? I take my fluids. I got this zinc cam that I snort. You know, like you put it in your nose, a little nostril spray, and I do that like 10 times a day. And then I rest and I take it easy to let my body do the deed.
I have the pill, the Zycam thing.
The Zycam,
yeah, done. I'll take one.
Yeah. Do it now because you'll need it. But for whatever reason, it's just me lounging about and trying to recover irritates my girlfriend to no means, right? So that's when she just jabs at me. She makes little comments and everything. And I'm like, come on, I'm sick. Just let me be sick. Let me be in my little bubble. Let me be lazy. Let me be a big baby man and deal with this little cold. Yes, I understand you probably had the same cold last week. So, because I could have got it from her and it was just dormant. But when she was sick dealing with this, I was babying her. You know, I was taking care of her. I'm very empathetic. You know, that's what I do. But the flip side to that is when I'm feeling sick, she's like, get up and do some chores or something.
Tough love. You got to mow that lawn. Tough love.
You know, and I'll get texts saying that, you know, I'm over exaggerating, and I am to a certain extent, but that's how it feels when I don't feel like I'm in the mood to have to do anything. I'm just trying right now. I'm in fight zone. I'm in the octagon. All right. My body is going into the 5th round. It's the championship. I'm trying to knock this bitch out.
Ooh,
yeah, let me rest. Yeah. And you're intervening and giving me bad corner advice and getting me distracted. Next thing you know, this little cold is knocking me on my ass.
Don't tap.
I'm going to lose the fight.
Don't tap. In the chair, dude.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I need strong corner people. So I need my girlfriend to step it up and be the coach that I never had.
Especially maybe even the nurse you never had either.
Yes, please. But we do have Austin here in studio, and you know, just like everything else in and around this radio station, things are broken. So I was gonna send Austin out on the streets in the KFMA van, but the KFMA van's still broken. Apparently it takes about over a week to fix a seatbelt.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy, man. Like I keep hearing almost every day, oh, it's gonna get done soon. It's gonna get done soon, and I'm like, when though?
Right, it's a seatbelt. That's what's wrong with the KFMA van. It's a seatbelt. The seatbelt is not working. So for insurance reasons, we can't send Austin out in a van with no seatbelt. But at the same time, give me the keys to the van and let me Jimmy rig a seatbelt together, because I'm pretty sure I can't.
I'll tie an electrical cord to it, you know, a strap or something. Yeah, it's fine.
So many things.
Not to mention that, we have had KFMA events in the past few days, and we have not been able to use that van. So it's been a pain in the ass.
Right.
Wow.
We had Bear Down Thursday yesterday. Couldn't bring out the van.
Yeah, no, they had to go in the mix van.
What?
What ridiculousness is this? Apparently, maybe there's a shipment of seatbelts overseas and they can't make it through because of the crisis that we're dealing with. And so there's somewhere on some big ass ship halfway through the Pacific. They're just sitting there with thousands of seatbelts for promo vans in the radio industry. Maybe we're not alone in dealing with this. Maybe this
nationwide.
Is there anybody else out there?
Yeah. The seatbelt shortage of 2021.
Ralph
Almost
Nader's
like-
going to lose it.
Radio I Am Legend.
Yeah. It's tough times. All right. So besides that, though, since we don't have the van, we're going to have Austin hanging out in studio this morning, and that'll be okay because we have a couple things that Austin's going to do. First and foremost, I gave Austin a bunch of tickets today. I gave him tickets to U of A football, which is tonight. Yeah. And I gave him tickets to Jason Bonham, all right, with the Led Zeppelin experience. This is what's cool. You could take Austin's tickets away from him. He wants to go to these shows. I know he does. He's been begging me for these tickets for weeks.
Yeah.
But we're going to play games throughout the show called Beat Austin's Ass. All you got to do is beat Austin's ass, and you could take his tickets. So we're going to be giving away those tickets here a little bit later on in the show. We have so much to cover today. It's Friday. It's going to be a good time. Are you guys ready to kick things off?
I think so.
Yep.
All right, good. I just got to learn how to talk again, and we'll be good to go. All right, coming up next, our morning moron. I got two stories to share with you that you're going to love, I promise you, but I got Rise Against coming up after Foo Fighters. This is Learn to Fly. I'm Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beefigan Presents. Let's go! 6.9.
6.9. It's a nice little benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll even take the point out just to have a good time. That's just me, and I'm a grown child. We're going to have more with Justice Spears from ESPN Radio coming up after Chevelle. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beefigan Presents. Let's go. Woo. Clear. All right, welcome to the live stream, everybody. As you saw, we just did a little tease. It's good to see everybody commenting here, and happy Friday to you. Yes, we still have
Beautiful face on there.
whose beautiful face. Yeah, you're blocking your face.
There you go.
Spears.
Keep it there. You go. Right on the sides.
What's that shirt you're wearing?
This is a Bijan Robinson shirt.
Bijan.
Bijan is a Tucson native, and he plays for the Texas Longhorns right now, and he's currently the best running back in college football.
Oh, yes. Nice.
He's putting up monster numbers. He had a big game against Oklahoma State in Oklahoma. It's just, unfortunately, this man would be in the Heisman conversation. Like, he'd be the leader in the house, but Texas is losing. So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
So they only have a running game, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And Bijan, obviously, with NIL becoming a big part of college sports, he's got his own clothing line and picked up a couple of Bijan shirts.
So he's making bank already.
Oh, yeah, he's making, I mean, I don't know what the figure is, but like, he's got endorsements with like Raising Cane's. He's got his own clothing line with a brand in Texas. I mean, he's got a number of things going on right now.
And this is where we're going to find out whether or not letting them make unlimited amounts of money is going to be detrimental to their professional career.
100%.
Yeah.
And there's actually a basketball player that plays for Kentucky right now. His name is Ty Washington, and he just signed an endorsement with a Kentucky car dealership that is Porsche. So now he's like driving around in a fancy new Porsche. And it's like, to think like maybe 5 years ago, you see a high profile basketball player driving around in a Porsche and you're like, oh my goodness, that program is so shady.
That's right.
Look what they're
Got
doing
him.
to their players. And now it's like, hey man, do your thing.
Yeah, it must be a good player. But will they keep showing up to practice and giving 110% and going for that goal? Because ultimately, the goal to make it to the pros is to be able to make this amount of money where you can live a healthy life, take care of your family.
No, 100%. But at the same time, man, like these guys bring in so much money to their schools. Like,
That's
you talk
true.
about a Kentucky basketball player. Kentucky basketball generates millions and millions of dollars every single year. Like, that is the cash cow at the University of Kentucky. So, I mean, let these kids make some money.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that too. I mean, that's both sides of the argument.
Are they putting out video games again? Do they still put out? Because I remember that was like a big thing. They make $1 billion in this game. You don't get none of it.
Name, image, and likeness, man.
Yeah.
Ed O'Bannon from UCLA, he actually took this to court and said, listen, you guys are making so much money off of who I am in this game, even though it says like power forward number 32. They're not actually using the names. They're still using the likeness and all of that. So they actually banned NCAA football games. And now with NIL back in the fold, they're going to revive it.
There you
so
go.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be nice. South Park did a great job of roasting the NCAA for basically, they're just players, the student athletes, master, something like that.
Yeah, because it was like that. That was kind of how controversial it was.
100%. And Anthony, to answer your question, no. He's busting my balls. Am I going to end the show 10 minutes early today? I didn't end it 10 minutes early yesterday. We had longer breaks with Herb, and I had to end it with like 6 minutes of commercials.
I was
hour.
on it. He's planning. He needs more beef.
I know. I feel like I'm getting raspier as the show goes along.
You are. That's what happens.
Yeah, shit.
Wear away your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds beautiful.
It does.
Well, thank you.
Let me, Key, I want to jump back on this because I think it's fair. All right, I'll save it.
Okay.
I think it's fair to make more money.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, we'll continue it right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents. In studio, a very special guest. He is the afternoon host of ESPN Radio, Spears and Ali on ESPN 104.9 and 1490 AM. And all that information is retained in my memory, which I'm impressed with. I got Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, guys.
All right.
How we doing?
Good. I got my FanDuel app open and ready, and I'm ready to talk sports, all things sports. When this month, man, I give you all the credit in the world because for your job, and one of your skill sets is to be able to remember all these different stats and breakdowns and information when it comes to individual games and athletes and the leagues and everything that's going on. This month, everything in sports is going on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you have, basketball just kicked off. Obviously, we're in the middle of the football season. We got Major League Baseball playoffs. Hockey is in effect. And, of course, college football and all the other college sports. So, how do you keep things organized in your brain?
I don't, man.
Okay.
Honestly, but as a sports talk host, this is the best time of year because literally the sports gods are just spoon feeding us content.
Yeah.
So creating a show sheet every single day, getting ready for a show, man, it's easy this time of year. The dog days of summer is where it really gets hard for sports talk radio.
Right.
So,
then you're going for TMZ style stories.
Yes, it's like NBA free agency. Like, LeBron had lunch with Russell Westbrook. What does this mean for the Lakers?
Right. The Rumorville type of radio. So what are you most excited about right now, smack dab in the middle or towards the end of October? What is the games that you're keeping your eyes on?
Well, personally, I'm a Dodger fan, so I'm monitoring Major League Baseball playoffs. The Dodgers staying alive in the postseason. They were down 3-1 in the series, and they actually fell back 2-0 early on last night against the Atlanta Braves. But thank the Lord for Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor hit three home runs. He's the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 3 home runs in a game since 2012. Like Pablo Sandoval with the San Francisco Giants did it. But Chris Taylor, the hero. Cody Bellinger, a terrible regular season, has been the hero for the Dodgers. So this is a championship team. They're injured. I know Justin Turner is out for the year with a hamstring injury, and Max Muncy's still battling his injuries, but this is a team that's just very resilient. And last year, the Atlanta Braves blew a 3-1 lead in the NLCS to the LA Dodgers. Well, here we are, and it looks like it's going to repeat
deja
itself.
vu. You would hope, as a Dodgers fan, you would hope it would be deja vu, but I would say that statistically, it's super unlikely for it to happen 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and last year, Dodgers were healthy. This year, they're not. So, while I am happy that they got last night's game, I'm still a little skeptical on how they can finish out the series.
Bias aside, who do you think was the best team in Major League Baseball this season and should win the World Series?
It pains me to say this, but it's the Houston Astros.
Oh, the cheating Astros.
The cheating Astros. And I would love to see, hey, they're right now, they're going to play the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to see a rematch of Dodgers Houston in that, but Houston's just on another level right now. I mean, the offensive numbers that they put up against the Boston Red Sox, it's absolutely ridiculous. So it pains me to say, and I'm not a big fan of Jose Altuve,
right?
But I think the Houston Astros are probably going to win the World Series this year.
You do have to give credit to the organization because I know that they did get some repercussions, right, from getting caught cheating. It was a couple of years later. They didn't take away any of the World Series rings or their championship. They didn't even put an asterisk next to the championship, but didn't they make it a little more difficult for the organization to draft some players or do something?
Well, the repercussions, none of the players got in trouble. Like
Right.
Jose Altuve, none of them. It was
The front office.
It was the Alex Cora and the front office getting banned for a season. So nothing significant happened. And then that season was the COVID year. So the Astros were actually playing in empty stadiums. I'm like, you guys are so freaking lucky.
So lucky.
Because I wanted you guys to just embrace
and get booed out of
everything,
every stadium.
everything.
Yes. And they still do.
So what did they do? What did they get cheated on? Because I jumped in here and they're being accused of cheating again as of 21 to 18 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
Well,
who knows?
No, everybody's going to always call him a cheater.
I'm sure forever. Right.
Once a cheater,
Yeah.
always a cheater.
Always.
Yeah. Deflate gate.
Mhm. That's how it works.
What were they stealing signs? Is what they were doing?
They were stealing signs. So
Yeah.
what they did was they had somebody sitting out in like center field and they were looking at what the catcher was doing. And then depending on whatever sign, they would like walkie-talkie to somebody.
Yep.
And that somebody would like hit a trash can depending on the type of pitch. So the players would hear the trash can. They're like, okay, I know this pitch is coming. Whack.
Wow.
And it hit a ball.
That's
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah, no, I mean, they should have been suspended for a couple seasons, but it's big business. So what are you
Wow.
going to do? All right. Well, let's turn our attention here to NFL football. We got to be excited about the Arizona Cardinals, right?
Yeah. And that's when you're talking about like one thing, like things that I'm excited for.
Yes.
Personally, the Dodgers, in their, quest to repeat as World Series champions locally here in Arizona, I'll tell you what, Beef, Cardinals are the real deal.
The real deal. I was telling you this before the season started.
Hey, I give you all credit,
Thank
man.
you.
I give you all credit, man.
And I'm not just being a fanboy. I'm just like, how do the experts not see this? How do they not see how stacked and ready this organization is, or even just the way they were playing the past 2 seasons under the helm and direction of Kyler Murray?
Yes, and the way they pieced everything together, they got Kyler Murray #1 overall. Okay, you got your
Yes.
franchise quarterback.
Yep.
Let's surround him with key pieces. All right, let's get this young guy in Christian Kirk, who's going to be a key wide receiver.
Yep.
Let's get this Rondale Moore kid. Ooh, let's get some key vets. Let's add in DeAndre Hopkins. Ooh,
The
let's make
best wide receiver in the game.
Let's make a trade for Zach Ertz with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Good move
And then
there.
on the defensive side of the ball, they got Chandler Jones, I think is their best defensive player.
Yep.
And when he went out with COVID against the Browns last week, I was like, okay, the Cardinals are due for a loss. Cliff Kingsbury's out. All the things, the way this game is set up, the chips are stacked against the Cardinals, but they came out and not only beat the Browns, they absolutely slaughtered them.
That's right.
And so shorthanded, no coaches, and then you go out and do that against a pretty decent Browns team that won the game last night. Man, I'm all in on the Cardinals.
And here's another thing. The experts predicted the Browns again. So the Cardinals were technically the underdog on Las Vegas odds and my FanDuel that bet like they weren't favored to win that game, and they smoked the Browns.
Yeah.
So like, come on. Now the secret's out. Everybody knows now, right?
Oh, yeah. And people now know about the Cardinals being legit. And David in the live chat brought up a great point. Don't forget now that JJ Watt is healthy, and he was actually in full display this past week against the Browns when Chandler Jones was out, and he was batting down passes, looking like the vintage JJ Watt, the guy that we've always seen. And now he's going to get a chance to play against his old team in the Houston Texans this week.
Let me wrap this segment on this note. I saw a comment from JJ Watt this morning that said, I love this team. This is the only team that I've been on that doesn't take a victory Monday off, right? It's meaning that when the Cardinals are winning on Sunday, they're not taking Monday off. They're not taking that victory Monday. They're back to work on Monday.
Wow.
Yep, they're ready.
Look at that, man.
They want this, and I want it for them. All right, we're going to have more with Justin Spears from ESPN Radio coming up next, but we're continuing the conversation on our Rock 102.1 podcast broadcast. You can join us on the Facebook page or youtube.com/beefvegan. Stick around.
Yes, sir.
Clear. All right. Good job. Yeah. So, I'm betting all my money on the Cardinals. The only problem is I get in trouble with these same game parlays. I load it up like every game is just going to be just super stellar on all the stats. Kyler Murray's breaking all the records, right?
I'm actually thinking about putting some money on him winning MVP.
That's an easy bet.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not? He's got to be the odds-on favorite at this point, and he's in the conversation as the odds-on favorite. So let me see if I can pull that up on FanDuel if they have that.
He's got to be number 2.
2 to who?
He's no lower than 3 or 4.
You keep going lower, but who is higher than Kyler Murray right now in the conversation of MVP?
Matt Stafford's having a pretty good year.
Fuck Stafford. No way. No way. And you're saying
Tom
that
Brady?
as a fan of the Rams.
No, I'm a Chargers fan.
Oh, yeah, Chargers fan.
Unfortunately.
But it's still LA. So,
Yeah.
Tom Brady still. I mean, Tom Brady's having a great year. He's having a Tom Brady year, but it's not surprising. I
Yeah.
think the surprise factor goes a long way. I think the fact that Tom Brady's already won a bunch of MVPs,
But he's 44, and
yes.
he's second in the NFL in QBR.
Yeah, behind who?
I don't know.
Kyler Murray?
Is it Kyler Murray?
Might be. Kyler Murray has a 70% passer rating right now. 70% accuracy, right? Like completion. What were some other stats here I had on my Twitter? I was just looking at. I think I shared it on my Twitter actually. Which is not a call to like my Twitter page because I'm only on it for the news, so I'm not posting anything fun on there. So there's no need to follow me on Twitter.
What's like your social media rankings?
Instagram number 1. That's it. No, I mean, I'm active on Facebook. But Facebook needs to change it up because they're losing users left and right. I could see it. I could see it in the algorithms. I could see it in the interaction. I could see it in the postings on my wall. A lot of stuff.
You
So
can see it in the generational gap of no one new is jumping on it. This is going to become the Studebaker. Like,
yeah,
oh yeah, we have social media vehicles these days, but look at that old one.
right.
Kids don't care about Facebook. They associate it with old parts.
Are you saying it's turning into MySpace?
Beyond that, MySpace died. No one was like, oh, this or oh that. And
MySpace-
adults never really got on MySpace. My mom's never on my
No,
Facebook became like, it's everyone you know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think it's going to be that though grandma's still going to use it. My mom will still use it.
right.
Like it'll be them. I've
It's
even fallen off of it.
It's
by a
boomer
lot.
book basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
And
Something
that's-
does have to beat it, you know, because it is what it is.
That's the one thing I was calling for, like a call to action, last week or the week before. I'm saying, please, somebody give us a better alternative, something that's like Facebook, like MySpace, because Facebook was like MySpace, but different. And everyone's just said, this is cooler. We're going there.
Right.
I
and it
felt
was.
so like sophisticated having a Facebook after going from MySpace. Like you go on my profile, it's got all like the glitter, and the
yeah, and the
gifts and the
songs,
songs.
Mhm.
I got my top 20 friends that I treated like college football rankings,
So
depending on how I felt about that person.
top 8.
It's like, oh man,
then they fit the 16.
Right.
That's right.
So David said that Lamar Jackson definitely might get MVP.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson is great. I don't bet against the Lamar Jackson or the Ravens. I think they're fantastic. And I think I've won money off Lamar Jackson. So
Yeah, in the Ravens, a lot of people counted them out because I mean they had some key injuries in their running back room and on the offensive side of the ball. So everyone thought, okay, well, Lamar Jackson's good, but I mean, can he bring the Ravens to the postseason? And now, I mean, they're right there competing for the division. So
and how did we just jinx the Cardinals? Did you just jinx the Cardinals, Spears?
yeah, I think I did.
What'd you do?
Because I said I'm all in on them.
Yeah, that's true. Because
I got the Charles Barkley kiss of death.
yeah, absolutely. I bet against Spears picks, and that's how I win money. So how dare you? You better say they're going to lose for the rest of the season, Spears. Do it now.
I think it's going to be like the 2011 season where they started off really great and they ended the season like 6-11 or 6-10.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad
So,
you said that.
there you go.
And I got mad at first, but then I forgot what you were doing.
Mhm.
Real quick, as we get ready for our next segment, Americans are super bad at math, and A&W really knows this. And so what they're doing is kind of insulting our intelligence, but at the same time, you can't blame them. For more on this, check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA, Tucson's rock station. There's Kaleo with Way Down We Go. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Austin, let me ask you this question.
What's up?
What burger is bigger, quarter-pound burger or third-pound burger?
Third.
Third-pound burger. That is correct. Good for you. Good for you.
Thanks.
You know, I was actually thinking that you would say quarter-pound burger because a lot of Americans would have. This is a problem. It's so much so that A&W is now introducing us a new burger.
Wait, All Elite Wrestling is doing what?
I'm sorry, A&W.
Oh, right. Okay, go on.
That's my raspy voice. So they're introducing and selling a 3/9 burger, a 3/9 pound burger.
Oh, the old 3/9, eh?
Yeah. If you're going to break this down to a smaller What is the term? See, I mean,
Fractions.
A smaller fraction, Austin. What would a 3/9 burger be?
I mean, I knew the
Come
first
on.
answer, but I don't know about this
Dan
one.
Carter.
Come on, man. You got this.
3/9.
Yeah,
let's
3/9
go. Look
here.
at the word 3/9. What is a fraction of 3/9? What is this the equivalent of?
Come on, Austin.
A little more than a quarter. I
Wow.
don't
Oh
know.
my God.
A
We don't
little
know what
more
we're saying.
than a quarter. Oh, there it is.
So, as an educated man here, 3/9 would go. It's the equivalent to 1 and 3, 1/3.
Oh,
yes, Austin.
I paid attention to math, but not that much attention.
You
man.
didn't pay any attention to math. So he got the first question right, and I basically asked him the second question, which was just like the first question,
Except worded different, just like the SATs.
and boom, critical thinking fail. And that's okay though, Austin. This is what's happening, and A&W is trying to get more people into their restaurants by basically insulting our intelligence. Back in the 80s, they tried to compete with the McDonald's quarter-pound burger by selling a third-pound burger for the same price. But it failed because people were confused by fractions. They didn't understand it. And they looked at the 3, and they're like, well, a 3 is smaller than a 4, and I'm a big old dummy. Take all my money. They thought the quarter-pounder was bigger, and it's not. The third-pound burger is bigger than a quarter-pound burger. So now A&W is bringing back that burger, but changes its name. And instead of calling it the third pound, they're calling it the 3/9 pound burger, which doesn't really roll off the tongue either.
Certainly, I think it's supposed to be clunky. It's heavy.
Right.
3/9.
But it's not a
Yeah.
catchy name,
It doesn't matter. It's a big brick wall of a name. It's heavy. It weighs a ton.
Yeah.
all that matters.
They're on to something, though. I mean, obviously, the whole thing is tongue in cheek, but they're hoping that the bigger numbers will make people understand that it's larger than the quarter pounder, not smaller. And they need to just say, look, dummy, it's big.
Yeah. Where's Rick and Morty? They like promoting fast food. Are they hooked to Arby's still? They got to promote this thing, perhaps.
Yes, they do. So I think that's hilarious, and it's spot on. And I can't even be offended at A&W for doing this because, like we just proved here, Americans don't necessarily know fractions that well. And it's super simple. 600 KFMA, that's 600-5362. You could beat Austin's ass in a fraction game right now. No, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And
oh,
not
yeah.
half his ass or even a quarter of it, but his whole ass.
Yeah, you can
Try
win,
just half my ass.
you can win tickets to either Jason Bonham and the Led Zeppelin experience or U of A Wildcats football tonight. But you have to pick up those tickets by 2:00. So that's the deal. 600 KFMA. Give me a call right now if you want to beat Austin's ass. And we'll be back with the Macho News after this. You hear it now? You hear it now?
Maybe one more time. Maybe one more time.
Oh, what a jerk. There you go.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
We're back on the live stream. Do you guys hear Donovan's Macho Man impersonation? Donovan, you still there?
Yes, I am.
All right, it's Donovan, everybody.
Woo!
Yeah, with a fantastic impersonation of Miss Elizabeth. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Macho Man. Do you have any other wrestling? Do you have any other wrestling impersonations?
I got Macho Man. I got Hulk Hogan.
Let me hear your Hulk Hogan, Donovan.
What you going to do, brother, when the Hulkamania was fire on you?
Hold on a second. Powers, give the microphone to Austin here. We got to have a Hulk off real quick. Okay, Donovan. Austin actually does impersonations of Hulk Hogan as well, and he's extremely offended that you were doing an impersonation of Hulk Hogan. So we're going to see which one's better. Austin, go ahead and do your Hulk Hogan impersonation.
I just can't stand the fact that you stole my spotlight, brother.
All right, Donovan, respond as Hulk Hogan.
What you going to do, brother, when Hulkamania was fire on you?
All right, Austin, respond to that.
Well, that sounds more like a Hulk Hogan that smokes a lot of cigarettes, brother.
All right, Donovan, respond as Hulk Hogan.
That's the only one I got.
Oh, well, it looks like Austin won then.
Yeah, you did, Austin. Good job. You do a lot better than I do.
Oh, that was good. Well, I think you do the best Macho Man impersonation I ever heard, and I hang out with this guy Powers all the time, and he does not stop doing Macho Man impersonation. So, excellent job.
I'm not even insulted. I'm a little impressed.
I do more than Macho Man. Instead, I do Hulk Hogan because I grew up I grew up watching Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes, so do we all did, except for Spears, because he was born like 17 years ago.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Oh, there you go. He's got that one.
That's
very
line.
mainstream. That's very mainstream. All right, Donovan, give me an impersonation of Macho Man hanging up because we got to get back on the air.
Okay, brother, I gotta go. Oh, I dig it.
You nailed it like a carpenter, my friend. Thank you.
Hey.
Oh, I hung up on him. All right, 5 seconds.
I love doing wrestling impressions.
You're the best.
Ric Flair's my guy.
Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. We're just doing wrestling impressions on the podcast broadcast stream, as Donovan called in, as you heard. Still hanging out with Justin Spears from ESPN Radio, who's recovering from a live broadcast that he did at Native New Yorker yesterday. How many wings? Oh, where was it?
No, so yesterday with Arizona football kicking off tonight, Bear Down Friday was moved to Bear Down Thursday.
Right. Well, and I have a bone to pick with that because it was still called Bear Down Friday.
I know, right?
They got to really work on their branding here. Yeah. It's like, hey, we could bear down any day of the week. If it's not on a Friday, you don't have to call it a Friday.
I know.
It's so confusing, right?
We're worried about the branding in the office.
Yeah. I mean, they have a logo created, a big old banner on University Boulevard anytime they do it. I don't think they could just have a Bear Down Thursday for, one-off weeks,
Yeah, but audio's free. We could call it that.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I called it Bear Down Thursday on the show.
There you go.
See, well, you're ahead of the times there. Hopefully they were listening and taking notes and be like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. We're bearing down on a different day to actually name the day we're bearing down on. I think I was listening to Razor all day. It was just Bear Down Friday here on KFMA. Happy Thursday to you. Like, no, you can't do that. It doesn't make sense. But, the Arizona Wildcats are rebuilding. But the good thing about the Wildcats is a lot of people have been showing up to the games, each and every game. It's actually been pretty good attendance, right? You've been going to these games. Have you not, Spears?
I have. And, the season opener, a little bit huge, above 40,000. So, of course, that's going to be great. And then Parents Weekend. This past weekend, as I like to call Hide Your Bong weekend, because all the parents are coming into town. So the kids are hiding the contraband and all the stuff that might get them in trouble. But all the parents in town. So, of course, attendance is going to be high. That was about 43,000. Now with the program riding an 18-game losing streak, still winless this year.
18 games.
And it's a Friday night game. And a lot of people, they go out to high school football. They like to do things with their family. It's October. So people, I don't know. Do people go to pumpkin patches late at night or
patches,
slaughterhouse or, whatever is going on in Tucson? So to be honest with you, I'm expecting a very low attendance tonight. So,
well, I gave out a bunch of tickets. So at least a lot of our listeners will be there. We have hockey this weekend because the Roadrunners are starting off their season opener. Have you been following the Roadrunners at all?
We have some guests on our show. Adrian, Denny, the voice of the Roadrunners, always comes on. I know the Roadrunners split last week in Stockton, and now they got their home series this weekend against the Texas Stars. One thing I do know about the Roadrunners, Jay Verity is just a straight as an arrow. He's a guy that's so great in developing players, but he also does things the right way. And then Ivan Prosvetov is one of the best goalies in the AHL. So
yeah, he's a future star. And here's the thing about some inside baseball for you, because I'm, obviously the arena host of the Roadrunners. So I get to run around backstage and see how these guys interact when they're not on the ice. And the thing about Ivan immediately that I noticed is that he's always preparing. He's always practicing. He's always doing his everything that he needs to do to be the best he can be on ice. So when other goalies have come and gone, they would just kind of lounge back in the locker room. Ivan's in the hallway throwing a ball against the wall, working on his reflexes, working on his stretching. The dude does splits quicker than a gymnast. I mean, he is insane. And I think he's like 6'5" too.
Yeah.
A giant Russian kid, couldn't be nicer, and he's constantly working. So the entire time. And I think work ethic goes a long ways. Obviously, it's
100%.
cliche.
100%.
So seeing that makes me have a lot of hope.
100%.
All right, real quick, we're going to do some picks here for the FanDuel app. I'm going to give you two teams. You can let me know which one you think is going to win. So just give me a quick who's going to win, who's going to lose, okay? All right. We'll start things off with the Bengals versus the Ravens.
Ooh, this is a little divisional game here. We got Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson. I watched the Ravens play last week against my Chargers, and defensively, man, they're very stout, and they can make plays on that side of the ball. Lamar Jackson, he has a couple boneheaded mistakes here and there, but other than that, I think he's a fantastic quarterback. So give me the Ravens.
All right, yeah, the Ravens are favored 6.5 points. All right, the Panthers versus the New York Giants.
Ooh, so Sam Darnold is coming back to New York, and he's playing at the stadium that he used to play in with the Jets, but he's playing against the New York Football Giants. Giants are just not a good football team.
Nope.
And I think they're going to be sellers more than buyers when it comes to the trade deadline. So give me the Panthers to win on the road and win big.
Panthers are favored by 3, so definitely take the points on that one.
Yeah.
Washington versus the Green Bay Packers.
I own you. That's what Aaron Rodgers is going to say to the Washington football team, like he did the Chicago Bears fans last week.
Yes, he did. They did show that the Bears fans instigated it, and so they kind of deserved it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, and
they're Bears fans.
And Aaron Rodgers has a winning record against the Chicago Bears. I think he's only lost to them like 3 times in his career.
Yeah, and that's a long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, the Chiefs versus the Titans. Are the Chiefs back?
No.
Really?
No. Honestly, man, I was not impressed with their win against the Washington football team last week. They're pretenders at this point. I was high on them entering the season, but then I see the way Buffalo has been playing and the rest of the AFC, the way the Chargers have been playing, and the rest of the league has caught up to the Kansas City Chiefs. They didn't really address anything defensively, and they just kind of stayed the same. They didn't improve. So, I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to lose to the Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
I think Derrick Henry's just going to run all over that defense.
That'll be the upset of the week, and I like that a lot. Yeah. And, the Kansas City Chiefs right now are in the top 10 of the power rankings, even at 3-3. So at 500, but they're a top 10 team, according to the NFL's power rankings, which I don't understand.
You have the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, okay, that'll do it.
Yeah,
but
Andy Reid.
Still, yeah. All right. And finally, let's do one more pick here. This one's going to be a little more difficult, I guess. The Falcons versus the Dolphins. Which one do you think is going to win this game?
Ooh, give me the Falcons. Dolphins right now, they have some quarterback issues. They're right now in potential trade talks to flip Tua Tagovailoa for Deshaun Watson. I think the timing of it, considering Tua's injuries and everything that's going on with Deshaun, a little reckless, I would say. But, give me the Atlanta Falcons to win.
Okay, and I will. And based off that parlay, if I bet $10, I'll win $105. So you better not screw me, Spears. I was going to say Powers. What?
Fake Spears. Pick everything against me.
Nice. Let's hit the reset on the podcast broadcast stream. We're going to do a 3-way last word between Spears, Powers, and Austin. We'll see who gets the last word on that podcast, and we'll be back right after this on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't go away. Clear. All right. So here's what we got to do for the last word 3-way edition. Hey, very nice. And also what David said, no, Bills woke them up. Go Chiefs. All right.
Got a lot of Chiefs fans on the stream.
There's always a lot of Chiefs fans, right? And I don't know why. A lot of people come from Missouri. I almost said Kansas.
There's a Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the Chiefs. Right?
And do they pronounce it Missouri?
Missouri. That's exactly what they do.
Oh, they're in Missouri.
They're in Missouri. All right, let's get ready for a 3-way last word. It's like a hot potato.
Yeah.
I love potatoes.
Austin, I need you to squeeze in on Powers, Mike, or Spears. Pick your poison.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Answer here.
What's up?
Let's play a game. The last word 3-way edition, and then we'll follow it up with 5-second rule. So it is Friday. We want to play some games, see who is the winner of all things games here. The last word 3-way, we'll start with Spears, follow it up by Austin, and go to Powers, and go round and round. Whoever gives the last acceptable answer will win the round. Okay? Spears, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Here it is. Clock will begin when I finish asking this question. Name ways that people usually change their appearance. Go.
Haircuts.
Haircuts. All right.
Clothing.
Piercing.
Okay.
Tattoos.
Surgery.
Makeup.
Okay.
Cut their toenails.
Okay.
Shave their beard.
Okay.
Shave their eyebrows.
Okay.
Put on glasses.
Yep.
Take off glasses.
Wear sunglasses.
Okay.
Get their ears pierced.
I said
Oh,
piercing.
you did say piercing. Yeah. All right. So looks like Powers won that round. That was an excellent round. You guys are very sharp this morning. I love it. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Austin on this one. We're moving it over. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me start with Powers since he won that round. That's only fair. It's only fair, Austin.
What order are we going?
We're same order.
Same
All
order.
right, still going clockwise.
Cool.
Starting things off with Powers. Powers, what's a first name that only old people have? Go.
Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Gunther.
Agnes.
Estelle.
Beatrice.
Heather. I don't know.
B.
B.
Margaret.
Margaret, yes. How you guys are good at
Bethany.
Joni.
this. Okay.
Betsy.
Yes.
Harold.
Lucille.
Okay.
Betty.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Gwendolyn. I said something. I think I said something.
What do you guys think? I'm going to let your opponents decide whether or not he got it in time.
Should we do like rock, paper, scissors just one time to
Yo, I'll do rock, paper, scissors right now. Let's do it.
all right.
Put it in front of your
Well,
camera.
I think it's Austin and Frank.
Is it us?
You think?
We going shoot?
Yeah.
Go one strike through the shoe, but do it to the camera, not to
Yeah,
like
hold
me.
on. Let me, if we're playing rock, paper, scissors, we got to do it right. That's fine. Hey, speaking of rock, paper, scissors, Spears, did you see the high school football game that started with rock, paper, scissors instead of the coin flip?
No.
Yes. Oh, it was
I'm
fantastic.
here for it. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
That's awesome.
I want to see if I still have it on my sheet because it made me just like, why don't we do this? It was one of those things where, I think it's because they did not have the official coin to flip. Because, you know, the high school football games, I think it has to be an official coin. I don't think it could just be a quarter.
Right.
In some cases. I don't know why they did it, but I like it. And I was just like all about it. I was like, let's make this a thing because you saw the look of disappointment when the kid lost the best of 3 rounds. Like he immediately was like, oh, right. Like shit. He wanted that. He wanted that win so bad. And it was a game within a game.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What are you looking at right now?
Sorry, I'm just looking at the last comment.
I just know.
Oh, demonstrating how to masturbate. Yeah, that's on Eric. I hate Austin. If you didn't know how bad I hate Austin, check this out. On 2.1 KFMA, I've heard that song by a highly suspect about 3,000 times, and I still love it. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I'm hanging out here with Powers and Austin, but not Austin Powers. Get it straight. And last night, I came across a Reddit thread of what's the best response to I hate you. And immediately it caught my attention because I'm sure we all been in situations where someone said, I hate you. And if you're in this kind of situation or you've had a good response, you can give me a call, 600 KFMA, 600-5362. But if you don't know what to say in this situation, we got a list of some of the best responses. Some of them are comments. Some of them are actually callbacks to classic television or movies who've been in this scenario. So I'll give you an example, and I have Austin help me out on this one. So when I say, I hate you, Austin.
Okay.
See, that's one of the responses.
Oh, the old no sell.
Yeah, the nonchalant no sell.
Nice.
Yeah, it works out really good. Or how about this? I hate you, Austin.
I know.
Oh, okay.
The Han Solo.
The Han Solo.
I know.
Yeah. The Han Solo. There you go. Just like I love you. I get it now.
Yep.
Or how about this? I hate you, Austin.
Not as much as I hate myself.
Ooh, a little self-deprecating.
That's sometimes very good defense.
Oh.
is
Yeah.
Self-deprecation.
And takes away the sting.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the best response is like nothing, because nothing stings deeper than your lack of response, and body language gives zero response. Like
Right.
it doesn't even phase you. Like you didn't even hear it. Anyways, let me try it again because I actually enjoyed just setting this up. I hate you, Austin.
You hate yourself.
Ooh.
Oh, the psychological throwback.
It hurts because it's true.
The old turnaround.
Yeah. All right. What about this? Austin, I hate you.
Your suffering beef must be tremendous.
Oh, okay.
Even
this guy
deeper.
this guy read a book or two.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at analyzing me like some kind of psychologist.
PhD in retorts.
Yeah. The PhD of GEDs. All right. Austin, I hate you.
Thank God. I was tired of pretending to give an F.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, all right. You skipped one though. There's one above it that I want you to do. Austin, you dumbass. I hate you.
I nothing you.
Yeah, see that one. I like that one because that's from Scrubs. I love that show.
That's
so
funny.
yeah. I nothing you is a good response on that. This is fun, Powers. You want to try it out?
Let me try. I'm good at this. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not. So my character's pissed off panda is I'm a specialist in hate.
Yes.
All right. I'll tell you what I think. Boo! You're the worst, Austin. I hate you. That's what I think.
Powers?
Yeah.
I don't think about you at all.
Oh, snap!
Was that even on the list, or was that just quick? Would you son of Austin?
Oh, it's just how I feel, you know.
Well, thanks a lot.
No, it was definitely on the list. He's not quick-witted. Yeah, sorry.
I love you, Powers. You're great.
I don't mean to peek behind the curtain, but let's not give this guy too much credit. He just won 3 rounds of the last word.
He's on fire.
His head's gonna grow so big he's gonna float out of the studio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I actually have to give a bonus credit to Austin. Austin, you have been doing really good at the games today, which is baffling.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know how to take that.
Just take it.
Okay,
Shut up and
okay.
take
In
it.
stride.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, give it back to Spears. Spears, let me show you this because you and Allie need to cover this. And I
Okay.
always say Allie because I have a friend named Allie who's a dude who gets extremely offended when you say Ollie. Right.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not it's not a proper pronunciation. You know? Yeah. So that's what I
Wow.
learned. So I hope and that's what screws me up because I don't meet too many Allies on a day-to-day basis. Right. So I hope I don't offend your co-host when I say
No.
Allie.
No.
Yeah. He should know of all people that that's the proper way to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Pronunciate.
Allie.
Bleh. Okay. So here is what high school football should do from here on out. And honestly, the NFL. If the NFL did this, just imagine how entertaining that would be to start off every game. You send out your 2 best rock, paper, scissors players. Whoever wins a round of 3 is going to get to choose whether they kick off or receive. Simple as that.
Scissors, they're doing that instead of a coin flip. What do we make of this?
Listen, I need a referee that's going to judge if somebody pre-shoots or waits for somebody to kind of throw the rock out there. But I like it, though.
Different kind of training for sure than most of the officials are getting these days.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm going to mute this. Unfortunately, the little box right there, you don't get to see this kid's face of disappointment. But when he lost, well, watch the guy in orange. Oh, he's
I
so
let the
mad.
team down.
And the other dude in the white, super cheering when he wins, just like, yeah, that's right.
That's incredible.
I owned you, and that made it like, who's entertained by the coin flip? Nobody, right? But in this scenario, it was all about the coin flip, rock paper scissors style. So please make that a reality.
We got to evolve, man, as people.
Right, and as a league and as a game. When you've been doing this thing the same way for 100 years, let's switch it up.
For 100 years.
Yeah, people get bored.
Did you ever see like the ultimate rock paper scissors, like where it's like dragon versus this? There's like 30 different things that you can do that all.
Isn't that Yu-Gi-Oh?
Is that maybe yeah, Monster Rancher? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So funny.
Let me throw at you some graduated cylinders.
Christina said football makes you want to sleep. Football is great to sleep to. I don't mind on a Sunday afternoon putting on a double header and taking naps in between and waking up. I actually accidentally did that with what game? But it wasn't a game that I was really into. I just put it on, and then when I woke up, I'm like, oh shit, game's over. I sleep so good with football in the background.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's like a wave machine for me.
Wrestling could do that for me.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite Sunday things to do is to kind of fall asleep during that afternoon game.
Yes.
And then you wake up, and then for some reason the TV gets changed to NBC, and you hear like Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth's voice. You hear like the Sunday Night Football theme song.
Yeah.
But as growing up, anytime I heard that song, I'm like, damn it, I have school tomorrow. Anytime you heard the Sunday Night Football theme song, it's like, damn it, tomorrow's Monday.
And it wasn't that your TV was just automatically changing there. Is your mom knowing what you like? And she's just changing the station for you.
You're not wrong.
Trivia. Do you know who wrote the theme song to Sunday Night Football?
Ooh.
I should know this.
The same guy who did the NBC NBA
3
song?
seconds.
I think so.
Okay.
All right, I'll give it one. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We only got a quick minute here before we go into a break, and then we'll do the beef tip. But Powers has trivia because Spears was just talking about how he loves Sunday Night Football, and it was also a great way to kind of remind him that school's going to start the next day. Actually, it was a buzzkill in a way. And then Powers came in with a trivia question. What was the question again, Powers?
I was going to ask who wrote the theme song to like that Monday Night Football.
Was it Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football?
Sunday Night Football.
Okay, well, that's a good question.
I'm wondering. I could be wrong because I think you were going to guess what I was thinking of with the NBA, but I think it's the same guy. But I want to see if the stream knows. I want to see who knows. Let me know. Let me check my comments. I don't know if I want to give it away.
No, give it away. That's I only had like 30 seconds.
John Tesh.
Google it.
Yes.
Oh,
Is it John Tesh?
Yes.
There you go. So
Yes.
John Tesh.
That's stupid Tesh money.
He gets money every time they play it.
The guy makes too much money. You could tell. You could tell a guy who has too much money when he looks like John Tesh, like that hair and the teeth. That's a guy who has too much money.
Yeah.
You end up being so rich, you start looking fake and plastic. Too much money. All right, we're going to give you your beef tip right after the break, so stick around, and we're continuing the conversation on our podcast broadcast. Join us there. We'll be back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so that way, Anthony, I did that little speed break on the air because we ran long in our first 2 breaks. So that gives us enough time to still hang out on the stream and then give a beef tip and wrap things up. So I just got to clip that up. Clip it up. All right, how sharp are you guys on the 5-second rule? Because I got a couple more games I want to play. Actually, let me do headlines. You'll like this. These are things that we missed here. I gotta share.
5-second rules. I think you got to name 3 things within 5 seconds.
Oh, you never played the 5-second rule?
No.
Oh, it's a fun game.
I don't think I have either.
Oh, yeah.
I have not won it yet. I keep getting to 2. I played it a couple times. I can get 2, and it's like.
All right. Well, we hyped it up. So we'll do 5-second rule before we do headlines because there's some news stories that I shared. Let me go through my script here. So many pieces of paper. Okay. All right. Who wants to start off the 5-second rule?
I'll attempt it.
Okay. This one's easy. I think you can get this. But the thing about this game is it's all about the pressure of the time. All right. Powers.
Yes.
Name 3 Mexican beers. Go.
Is a Corona is a cerveza? No, that's a type of beer. I'm out of time.
Fail.
Yeah,
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. Mexican
Yeah.
beer. I know
Modelo,
Corona.
Dos Equis.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, it's hard.
that was not. How many other ones are there?
I got a couple. Oh, as
No,
far
I
as
mean, of
Mexican beers,
beers.
tons.
Yeah.
Tecate. You can say
Tecate's
Tecate.
good.
Yeah, Tecate is good. All right. I go to Mexico every year, so I know this stuff. All right, Austin. Let's try it. All right. You got a really easy one here.
Cool. What's up?
Okay. Name 3 leap years.
Leap years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I don't know this stuff, man. I'm out.
Oh. Hold on. What was my little side effect here? Ooh. There we go. Okay.
Take that.
Spears.
I would not have gotten that.
No, me
I
neither.
know. I know.
Ridiculous.
All right, so Spears knows all things sports. This is a sports thing, a sports themed question, but it's UFC, and I don't know if he knows UFC.
Oh, man.
That's right. Name 3 former UFC champions.
John Bones Jones, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell.
Ba-bam.
I
Oh,
could've-
look at this guy.
That's good though. That's
Yeah. Okay. I'll do another one here.
Okay.
Because Spears won that. All right, no more applause for Spears. All right. Name 3 TV streaming services.
who's this?
YouTube TV, Hulu, and Fubo.
Fubo.
Oh, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
it's
watches
some weird
Fubo
one.
though?
No,
You watch Fubo?
No, I don't watch Fubo.
YouTube TV. He named the 3 most obscure. I didn't go for Netflix.
Nope.
You didn't mention Hulu, but that's
Like,
it.
He's like Tubi TV. It's great.
Right. What? Quibi. Is that still a thing? Oh man, why are you naming that? That's so weird. This hipster couch potato here. I only watch the streaming services no one else watches.
I'm just cool like that.
That's so funny. All right, let's go into some of our headlines here. Our headlines that we got going on. A lot of stuff that we missed on the show today. Our first headline is the most stressful age. If you were to guess what the most stressful age is, what would it be?
I bet it's younger. I bet people are going to say in their teen years. What do you think? I'm going to say 16.
16. You said Spears says 35. Austin, you have a guess?
I say 30.
30. Okay. Well, actually, Spears is close to that going over.
Oh,
yeah. 36 is the most stressful age, according to a study, a recent one. They didn't explain how they got to that number, so we're assuming they just kind of got the average from the poll. But it makes sense. People are really drilling into adulting at that age.
Biological clocks.
Yeah. Mortgages, family, career. And their 30s may be the decade they have the least amount of free time. So just stress, right? Okay. So people say that sleep problems is the number one thing that tips them off when they know they're stressed. Headaches are number 2. Okay. So that's a headline. Other headlines that we missed today, there was a Netflix workers staged a virtual walkout to join a rally outside of the Hollywood HQ protest over trans jokes by Dave Chappelle. I don't know if you saw this. This happened 2 days ago and actually worked out. In fact, actually, CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, said that he screwed up. And the walkout wasn't necessarily in response to Dave Chappelle as much as it was to Ted Sarandos firing the organizer of the people that were protesting against Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
yeah. We got a lot of celebrities too now, like speaking up and like backing them up too. So it's turning into a huge thing. Yeah,
it is a huge thing and it sucks. But Dave Chappelle did say he is open to talk to whoever.
I saw that.
And that is part of trying to mend the process. Dave Chappelle obviously is not a hateful person. So this has been the most confusing.
Well, did you watch a special yet?
Yeah, I understand.
I did. I saw. I couldn't believe what he was saying a little bit.
But he bookended it. He kind of
he
explains why he's joking about it and his real thoughts on the matter. So
it's also why this is going to be his last special for a long time.
Nah, well, I mean, he said that, but that's also marketing.
I mean,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. All right, let's go on there. Oh. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. We're back here live on the air, and we're almost out of time on this Friday. And of course, I thank you guys for listening. And don't forget to tell a friend about the program. But let me leave you with this since we have a little bit of time left. Here's your beef tip of the day. And it's an actual tip.
Just
I think
the tip.
Yeah. No, it's actually, it will help you save money and actually fly in comfort. And that's the deal. So, you ever been on an airplane? Both of you guys? Spears? Yeah, you've been on an airplane? Powers?
I just bought a ticket while we were on the live stream.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was staying focused on the show. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so if you're flying somewhere for the holidays or with your significant other, before you buy the tickets, here's a trick to make your trip a little more comfortable. Someone came up with a hack that lets 2 people flying together get the whole row of seats to themselves. I had this actually on the way out to Hawaii with my girlfriend. It was fantastic. I was getting hand love basically like the entire flight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but nobody was sitting next to us or in a row, so completely acceptable.
Is that in the Mile
Don't
High
worry,
Club,
I didn't finish. So first, you got to look for rows with all 3 seats open, and if there aren't any, or the flight gets fully booked, you're out of luck. But that's step 1. To book 2 of them, the window seat and the aisle seat, that's what you want to do. You want to book both of them, leave the middle seat open. Nobody wants to book that by itself. And if you want to increase your odds of no one booking that seat, choose seats in row 13 because people are so superstitious, they don't book 13.
Just specifically did not pick row 13. I went with my lucky number 23.
It doesn't matter. So there you go. That's the trick to getting a whole row. That's your beef tip. I'd like to thank Justice Spears for joining us on the show. Don't forget to check him out this afternoon, 3 to 6 p.m. on ESPN Radio. Powers, as always, thank you for coming in. And Austin, you didn't completely suck today, and I appreciate that as well.
Of course.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to share the stream, like, comment, subscribe, and we're out of here. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side
Bye, guys.
Soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.